That's why I was aware of them. So we need to appoint somebody to the personnel board, and I'm not sure it's a particularly onerous task, but it's something we still have to do.
And the only one I know is that research that they did seems to be onerous. I mean, we've used Mary to help us out on TA reviews when we have to combine, and it has to be a party, but otherwise not a great deal.
Yeah, it turns out that Mary resigned almost a year ago, and it was our responsibility to replace her, and we didn't really know about it. So the discovery today came as rather a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what happened there.
So I'm Melissa. I think, how many people have we got? I think we've got the full house now. I got notes from Sarah and Steve saying they would be unable to attend tonight. So
then you get a full house.
We've got a full house now, yeah. So I guess I should call the meeting to order.
Looks like it's 7:02, I think, Cam. You can go.
So good evening, everyone. This open meeting of the Warrant Committee is being conducted remotely in accordance with the temporary provisions of the open meeting law, first implemented by Governor Baker through an executive order in March 2020, and extended by Governor Healy through March 21, 2025. For this meeting, the Dover Warrant Committee is convening via video conference using the Zoom app posted on the as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Please take caution what you show on the screen, as others may be able to see it. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. So I guess since we don't have any public members, any members of the public in the meeting, we don't need to ask for public comments. Peter, you just sent around the minutes for the meeting, I believe.
For
the
September 27.
Yeah, should we review those now, or should we defer those until next week, just because nobody will have had a chance to read them?
Fine.
Yeah, let's defer the minutes until the next meeting. I think we're going to have a fairly quick meeting tonight. I think we can also defer discussions of Warrant Committee activities and procedures, because I'm sure that nobody's had a chance to really drill down on those following our discussion last week. I guess the communication strategy is still an open one. Has anybody got any ideas about who might be able to take on that coordination role of making sure that when requested, the videos of the meetings get posted, and also to basically coordinate, particularly with Ruth Townsend for the newsletter, but I guess also we might want to consider posting stuff on the Dover Facebook page as well. But I haven't really had anybody volunteer to take on that responsibility yet. Has anybody got any thoughts on that?
Cam, I did talk with Janet Greenwood, and she's one of the moderators for the Facebook for Dover, and she did say there are about 1,100 people on that Facebook page, and whatever we want to post, we can go ahead and submit, and one of the people who kind of administrated the Facebook page will approve it. So
okay,
that sounds like an easy way to reach a lot of residents.
Janet, would you be in a position to sort of coordinate that?
Can you explain what coordination means?
Well, for example, Bob, I think the aspiration is for us to regularly post videos of these meetings to the website. I don't know exactly where that would be, but it probably would involve coordinating with Felicia Hoffman on a regular basis to make sure that those videos were posted. So that would be after every meeting. And then if we had any announcements of upcoming activities of the committee that we would publish in the newsletter through Ruth Townsend, we would notify her of those activities. It would basically be looking at the agenda for the next upcoming weeks, and we've got a timeline in the guidance. So I think we agreed last week that we would post primarily when we're doing budget review meetings and not dealing with internal details like tonight. I'm not sure they're of great interest to anybody but us. So that's really for that period when we're doing the operating budget reviews. We would probably send a quick note to Ruth Townsend telling her what reviews we'll be conducting, and so she can post them, and if people are interested, they can join the meeting.
Okay.
So I think that would be the extent of it.
Okay, I can do that. Right.
That would be great. I really appreciate that. Does anybody else have any thoughts about the activity? Does that summarize effectively what we've been thinking, Peter, Woody? It doesn't? You're muted, Peter.
Oh, there we go. No, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, great. Okay, so
you guys know it's a bit of a tag team to get that thing on the website. So there's like 4 different players. So
yeah, I understand that, Bob. Yeah, that's I hopefully we'll be able to get that streamlined over the course of this year, don't you think?
Well, with luck, we've hired somebody to do that, but they probably won't join until the end of the month.
Okay, fair enough.
But meanwhile,
Excellent.
It's good to know who you should contact.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a scramble.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, does anybody have any liaison updates? I did send out a mail listing the chairman or chairwomen of the various boards, committees, and commissions. So I hope that helped to some degree in establishing who you should reach out to for those liaison activities. Has anybody got any comments on the liaison activities so far? Hey, Melissa, great to see you in person. Okay, then I think we can move on from the liaison questions. And now we turn to the core business of the evening, I think, and that's to review the budget guidance draft that I sent out. Now, Woody's posting that on the screen now. I'm wondering how we get that into a page view. Woody, it's not very readable like that at the moment. But I'm just wanted to comment that I have passed this document to Carl Valente and Michael Blanchard, and they are in agreement with its contents, including the timeline that is in there. It's pretty much the timeline we discussed last week. The only real difference in that was that we front loaded the when the operating budgets are due to the Warrant Committee back to November 17th. So we've got some time to go through them before we start the actual review process on December 6th. Does Woody, we seem to have a challenge here reading any of that document. Are you able to get a different view of it?
Let me keep working on it.
Okay, fair enough. Has anybody got any comments on the document as it stands? Its content hasn't changed substantially at all, other than that date for the budget's due date. Everything else is basically as it was last week. Yes, Janet.
Oh, so Cam, just the February 21st, we're gonna delete that date. That I think that's still there.
Sorry.
February 21st.
Yes.
That's the what page is this?
I'm just trying to open it because we can't see it on screen. Give me a second.
The key dates.
Page 4.
Yep.
February 21 is school vacation week.
Oh, okay. Right, we're going to remove that entire line. I'll do that right now on my copy, so you can assume that that's done. Okay, any other suggested changes?
Let me try again, Cam.
Okay.
Cam?
There's something about sharing that document that it doesn't seem to like.
Huh.
Cam?
Yep.
On page 6, where you've got our email addresses, for those of us who have Dover-Ma addresses, you should probably change .org to .gov.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'll do that. Thanks for that. I'll let me just make a note of that. I'll try and edit it on the fly.
That would be me and you, actually.
That all. And actually, I should change Jerry's as well, because he's got an MA, a Dover MA.
But his is .gov in the document.
He's got .gov already. Okay. So. Okay. Any other changes suggested? Then I guess we can put it to the vote. Do I hear a motion?
I move that the fiscal year 2025 budgeting guidelines and review procedures be approved as edited in this meeting.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Then let me make a roll call. Woody?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Marty?
Aye.
Janet?
Aye.
Jerry?
Aye.
Melissa?
Aye.
Great. I'm in favor too, so it's a unanimous vote. Janet?
Can I make just a small suggestion? Can we just format so the font is all consistent throughout the document?
Yeah, we can. I'll give it a go. I'll do that before I send it out. But by the way, Peter, what is the process for distribution of this? Do I send it to Michael? And
Yeah, send it to Michael, and I think I don't know whether it goes out under his letterhead or from the accountant. I think this gets embedded in the accountant's instructions for the actual submission procedure.
Okay.
but send it to Mike.
Yes, I'll do that. Okay, thank you. Gee, we're roaring through this. We're going to be through this meeting in record time at the rate we're going. Bob, you've raised your hand. Or was that an accidental hand raise, or was that glee that we've got through this?
No. I want to know if we've tied the timeline together between the BOS, the capital budget, and you guys. So has that been sort of straightened out?
To the best of our ability at this stage. It might well change, as you know, that interactions, say, for example, with the capital budget, often leads to different timelines for the finalization of the capital budget proposals.
Yeah, but theoretically, right now,
but in general, everybody has been informed and is finding that acceptable.
Okay.
And Michael and Carl blessed that as well. Okay, I guess we can move on to other business now. I did raise this in our conversation before the meeting started. We have to appoint somebody to the personnel board. We don't need to do it tonight, but I think we need to start seriously thinking of potential candidates who could do that. And remembering that this is not finger pointing at anyone on the Warrant Committee, because we're not allowed to be on any other town board or committee. So other than those where we're represented as liaisons. So we're actually looking for somebody who isn't participating on the Warrant Committee. So if you've got any thoughts of somebody who might have the sort of analytical background to evaluate potential salary increases, I think that would be very helpful. I can tell by the raging silence that there's not many options here, so we're going to have to really work on this. Okay, we'll just table that for the moment.
How about Gordon?
I was just thinking, like, it might be worth reaching out to some past Warrant Committee members.
That's a thought. Maybe
Gordon, Canny,
yeah.
Rob,
Kay Canny.
Yeah. Well, Kate's on the capital budget as well. I don't know how much time she'd have, but yeah. Rob is another one that would be a possibility. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Well, I'll ask around and see if any of them have the desire and the time to do that.
they might have recommendations as well.
Sorry?
They may also have recommendations.
Yeah, indeed.
Clarity.
Yeah.
What's
Excellent.
the term? How many years are they committing to?
For life.
Forever.
If Mary Corrigan is any example. 3. But Mary was on there, it seems, forever. And she was the last person we appointed to the personnel board. That's why we sort of got out of the habit of keeping that on the radar. So I guess we fell down there. Yeah, but I will reach out to those people. Thanks very much for those suggestions. The other thing I wanted to raise was the whole question of email accounts. I did chat with Felicia Hoffman on this, and she said that they're in the process of reclaiming several unused email accounts from former committee members and so on, and that she's fairly confident that she will be able to allocate those to the people on the Warrant Committee. But we just have to wait and see. She said it might take a couple of weeks before they can get that clarified. Hence, I didn't change any of the email addresses in the guidance, because it it's a little bit uncertain at the moment. So you might find that you're getting contacted on the addresses that are posted there from people who've got questions on the liaison responsibilities. Okay. Then the only other business I've got is to discuss when we should hold the next meeting. I think our sort of spurt of activity in the last few weeks has been very much oriented towards process and getting this guidance out, which included all the liaisons. So we've accomplished quite a bit. And I'm afraid that we won't have sufficient business to hold weekly meetings until towards the end of November, when the operating budgets are due. So I'm suggesting we hold the next meeting on either November the 1st or November 8th to continue our discussion on process and also any other open business at that stage, whether it be updates on email accounts and other things, but I don't see that there's anything substantial that would necessitate us to meet before then. Does anybody else have any objections to that? Okay, then I think Woody, if you would postpone those meetings that we posted just so, or cancel them, I guess it's not postponing them, until the 1st of November, and then we can decide the cadence after the 1st of November, depending on what we anticipate the workloads will be.
In which case, do we want to vote on the minutes from last week?
Yeah, I guess we've got time. I mean, this is an incredibly quick meeting, so maybe if we just at least look at the minutes now and bless them, that would be great.
Oh, I see one change. In the budget guidance letter paragraph, I have Sarah's initials instead of her name. I have SCK instead of her name.
Right. Yes.
I
Okay.
will fix that.
Excellent. Thank you, Peter.
I've got a macro that I use to stick in people's names. I guess I forgot to run it one last time.
On the first paragraph, I would maybe just, it says I'll rough out. I would maybe just say draft. Or
Yep.
it'll be a rough draft. Otherwise, nothing from me.
Yeah, it looks like at the committee communications, we're in a bit of a loop. Ms. McCormack agreed to start this off. Mr. Springett noted that Dover is in the process of hiring someone to fill the role. I think you can just cut and paste that into this week's meeting as well, Peter.
So one thing I don't see it in the minutes that we talked about was the electronic delivery of blue books and things. That maybe it was at a prior meeting.
No, I think it was at this meeting. I guess, what are your thoughts on that, Peter?
Well, first we'd have to figure out what our legal responsibilities are.
Right. So I can follow up on that part of it to see what the legal responsibilities are. That is, I'll ask Michael Blanchard to clarify for me. and we could probably discuss that again next week at the next meeting. Is that okay for you, Janet?
Yeah. No,
So I'll make a note of following up on that. I would imagine that it would be a rather onerous process to create the Blue Book Plus, an electronic version of it. There might be a deal of work involved in that. So we have to think carefully before we jump in and commit to that. But yes, let's discuss that at our next meeting. I guess, does anybody else have comments on the minutes? Then do I hear a motion to approve them?
So move.
And second?
Second.
Thank you, Marty. I'll do a roll call. Woody?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Marty?
Aye.
Janet? Jerry?
Aye.
And Melissa?
Aye.
And aye for me as well. So again, unanimous. Well, that's all the business I had for tonight. Does anybody else want to raise any other subjects before we complete this record short session?
do we have the next meeting date?
I was proposing November 1.
November.
Okay. Then if there's nothing else, then do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And Woody seconded it. I guess we can adjourn by acclamation. I guess everybody's in agreement. So,
Yeah.
See y'all.
thank you everyone for coming, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised that we ended up with such a short meeting. So thank you.
Hey, good
Take
night,
care.
everybody. Enjoy.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.